Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Motor Mike Media, and as always, I'm Motor Mike, and today we're talking about this American V8 engine. Now, Americans love the V8. It's part of our DNA and our history. Now, everything started with the Model T. Now, yes, that was a 4-cylinder engine, but that was the first affordable car for the masses. And after people started getting cars, more car companies were born, and there was more variants. And cars got bigger and heavier and slower. So Ford made the flathead V8, and people loved it. Finally, these big boring cars were now peppy. They can move the cars adequately, and people started getting their hands greasy and modifying them. Now, basically, that's what started so many businesses and so many jobs today, were people making modifications for these engines. And yes, everything trickled down. Once the V8 became popular, people started working on them, companies were born, but people made aftermarket parts for inline 6s and 4-cylinders and stuff like that. But it all mainly started with the V8 engine. Now, eventually, Chevy got into the game with the small block Chevy, the pushrod V8, and people loved it. So many companies were born just for that engine and basically put Chevy on the map. Chevy became the king of the V8. Other manufacturers started making their own V8s, and there was a little bit of a competition there. But a lot of the smaller companies that couldn't even get a V8 or make a V8 on their own, they all kind of died. They fell down to Ford, to Chrysler, to basically General Motors because they couldn't compete with the power of the V8. Basically, back in the day, if you worked hard, you can check that option box and get the V8 engine to make your car, well, fun and enjoyable. Now, going into the more modern times, you can go to the malaise era of the 70s and 80s, where emissions came and choked out the V8s. Cadillac had a 7-liter V8 that made like 180 horsepower because of all the smog. Now there's a small group of people that remove the smog stuff and modify those, and they're pretty cool and pretty fun, but the V8 didn't die. They kept going through all that era. Even when Honda and Toyota came in with small 4-cylinders, they really good fuel economy, these things kept going because people love them because it's part of our DNA. Now, yes, nowadays the V8 is kind of on a downward spiral because of everything going on, but we have a muscle car war going on. V8 engines are making 600, 700, 800 plus horsepower. And yes, they're all not naturally aspirated. They're still powerful naturally aspirated engines, but they're superchargers and turbos that make these fun. Look at the Corvette. Now, the Corvette's this cool mid-engine vehicle, but if you're not giving it the beans too much on the highway, you're getting the mid-20s. V8s, they're not the most fuel efficient, but they're so much fun. That exhaust coming out of the back, well, that's freedom, baby. And people love V8s, it's part of our DNA. But we're going to this new EV era, and the V8's slowly gonna phase out. We're seeing more and more turbo V6s and stuff like that replacing V8s, and it's sad to see. Let me know in the comments below. Are you a fan of the V8 engine like I am? Are you sad to see it on this slow downward spiral? Have you owned a V8 car? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already and you want to, please check out my channel. I'll keep trying to give you guys more and more content. It's about cars, trucks, crossovers, and SUVs, combustion engines like good old V8s and EVs, a little bit of everything. But please, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you guys can stay up to date with the latest and greatest from my channel. And as always, I truly, truly appreciate you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.